It's so busy out there.
Yeah, are you coming?
If it's a girl.
I have been starting to worry again because Bill is basically trying to decide on what career path he wants to take, and it might affect us financially. I never expected this to happen. I genuinely always thought we would just keep hopping jobs and increasing salaries as we went. And so basically this decision he wants to go for might mean a dip. And I didn't realize how anxious that would make me feel. I really just immediately started panicking, thinking, should I get another job? That's how much it kind of started to freak me, because we obviously have the mortgage and we also need to pay back my parents. So it's a lot of money to also be aiming to have next year as our travel year, like our delayed honeymoon, and also hopefully a trip to Asia with family. So I just feel really worried today. I've just finished my work. I actually got out of bed quite late and washed my hair, as you can see, and now I'm going to do my guest clean. Quite a lot going on this week compared to previous ones, and Bill's foot is still not healed. He's still limping around. We actually didn't end up going grocery shopping last night because he was just so slow walking around the shop, so we actually just had dinner outside and then left. So there's still so much happening in my life right now. Even though the past week has felt generally mentally better, I still feel really tired because I have pre-period symptoms. They've been going for 5 days and there's just so much to do. Tomorrow is me going to my office for the 3rd time solo as well, so there's just a lot happening.
Because they like to stick together, evidently. Premium dark soda. Give it a bit of colour. The hardest part done? Slowly stir when it sets. That looks like. Beat it up. Mix it.
Oh, it has a squelching sound.
The universe.
and I am on the way to the office. My third time going solo because of Bill's foot. So I've been taking tolls both ways, which adds up to sometimes over $30. That's how much privatised tolls are in Sydney. It sucks. Look at all the dust flying behind me. So I am back in my sort of Pinterest saving makeup looks to copy era. At first, I thought I would slowly stop doing that and start doing my own makeup looks that I just think of on the spot. But to be honest, maybe it's because over all these years, I've become so reliant on mood boards, but like, I seriously just cannot think of makeup looks on the spot. Somewhat keen to go to the office only because we've been home for a few days straight. We did go out Tuesday night, but otherwise we've pretty much been holed up at home. It's just been like a lot the past month. So I'm going to be heading to work. It's 1.5 hours without tolls. And with tolls right now, it's an hour, 5 minutes, but $13. So I'm gonna head there with tolls because I can't do more than an hour, 15 minutes driving myself, in my opinion. Like, I just don't want to fall asleep or lose concentration or get really irritated. So I think it's worth it with the toll money when I don't have Bill with me to swap whenever. So that's the plan. It's also really fogged up in the car. So let me like work out how to wipe everything away because I'm so bad at this kind of thing. I'm always just like, what is the car function that does this again? Like, I always forget. Anyway, it's time to go on the freeway, which if you told me to do this time last year, I'd be terrified. I would have said 100% no and come up with any excuse to work from home, but I can do it. I've done it twice already. I'm gonna do it a third time today. And I'm hoping I can actually leave the office after lunch because they know how far I live and they've said in the past I can leave early if I need to avoid traffic. So that's my plan. Let's just see how things go. I'm gonna head over to my work now and I'll see you guys when I hopefully survive. I thought I'd do this segment on Pinterest and what I've been pinning recently because I've had so much more fun scrolling and pinning a lot more than usual. You get the aesthetic that you get from Instagram without getting the personal attachment of like FOMO or knowing someone and seeing that they're overseas, they're traveling, they're getting married, whatever it is in their life. Obviously, very happy for the people that I know personally, but like I do follow quite a few influencers on Instagram and it's just like, you look at their life and it's so curated. They obviously have the money and the fashion and sponsorships to like go and do crazy things and take amazing photos. And it's just like you get the same satisfaction of looking at really pretty makeup looks or pretty clothing, but you don't have that personal name attached to them unless they're otherwise recognizable, like celebrities obviously. But besides that, you don't actually get that same sense of like missing out or like any envy. So I really like Pinterest because I still get to look at really cutesy things, and I thought I would go through some things. I might introduce this as like a generic segment that is more constant in the videos, I don't know, but like I just thought it'd be something fun because I just kind of got into Pinterest properly. So the first photo is basically the fact that I have so many outfit inspiration photos with leggings. And like, I didn't know leggings would trend so much for like spring, autumn, summer, but they are. And it's definitely something that I want to start trying again. I only right now have leggings with Adidas stripes and the logo on them. So I don't have like plain black right now, but I just think these are really cute. A lot of people have just been really styling leggings up. Like, you know, leggings are obviously typically for like workout gear, but like, I don't know, there's something quite chic and just simplistic about these outfits. So I think they're cute. This next one is obviously a little collage someone's put together of Europe and just like the vibe, the outfits, the food, tourist spots. Like, it's just cute. And this is because I really want to aim for Europe next year for our delayed honeymoon, and hopefully that does happen. I actually spoke to my boss about it today in our one-on-one, and it's looking like we might be able to go mid next year, at which point we'll be married for over 2 years. So it'll be a long time coming. Then it's a top that I thought was really, really sleek and cute. I know this style is not for everyone, but like I kind of like it when there's like a bralette showing through lace. I don't have something that is this sheer and revealing, but like if I saw it, I would buy it. Like, I just think it's cute. I think it's nice for a date night. I think it's cute for a girls' night out as well. And yeah, there aren't many opportunities in my own life that I get to wear an outfit or specifically top like this. But I just thought this was cute and I really like this style. Next one is a makeup look because I've been trying to improve my makeup. I went through like a huge phase of like really trying a couple months ago and I'm trying to pick that back up again because obviously I wasn't feeling great last month. Powdered, almost matte, but still glowy look. That's something I want to achieve because I always feel like my skin just doesn't look as good as other people's does. And that's also because I usually have like quite a consistent amount of acne, but still, like, how do you get the face to look like this? Like, the base is just so nice and smooth. Like, I really want my makeup to be like that. And obviously the blush, the eye makeup, the lip combo, like everything I love. But the first thing that really comes to mind for me is just like the smooth finish. Like, I just really want to achieve that somehow. Next is a really cute photo of influencer Cindy Kimberly, and she is obviously getting ready for something. The reason why I saved this photo is because I wish there were photos of me getting ready for my wedding day. There's a few videos here and there from our lovely content creator, but otherwise I got no cute like filmy shots, digicam shots, and I would have loved that. Another thing is that our photographer actually promised a roll of free film and never actually did it on the day. So that really sucks because it was actually technically part of our contract and I did actually bring it up with him post-wedding and they never replied. So that's just great. I just would have loved really nice photos of that. Unfortunately, on my wedding morning, I was the one going around with a digicam even though I was the bride, and that still sort of pees me off to this day. I'm not gonna lie. The next photo is very like a Bridget Bardot, Sabrina Carpenter vibe. I forgot the name of this influencer, I think. Maybe she's a model. I love the thick lips, the blonde hair. It makes me miss when I was blonde, which now seems like so long ago. And low-key it was. Like, I was just thinking the other day about how I was literally blonde half a decade ago. I was actually 20 when I got it dyed. It's never this light because obviously to go from black to blonde was just like a massive mission. But the modeling gig I did for it was that it was meant to be platinum blonde. So it was meant to be even more blonde than this image, and they could not get it done in time. They were always a little bit ambitious with getting that done within the day. So I kind of knew that. Modeling industry is brutal. They were not bothered to tell me at all until I questioned them that it was no longer going to be platinum. And I said, okay, so like what shade is it going to be? Like, why wouldn't you tell me? And they were like, oh, it's going to be like a honey yellow. And then it ended up being a bit too yellow and I had to go back the next day so they could kind of like make the toning correct. So yeah, that is the modeling industry for you, but it kind of made me miss my like blonde hair girl period because after I got my hair dyed, it was actually COVID lockdown. And so by the time I emerged from lockdown, obviously a lot of my roots had grown out, and that was where I basically proceeded to have a couple years worth of black into blonde hair, and I knew it wasn't pretty, but I also didn't want to spend money to like re-dye my hair totally, so I let it grow out. So that's why I had very natural hair until dyeing this hair a year ago to a super dark red that you can't really see and like sometimes looks brown. The next one is a bunch of Polaroids of model Jasmine Tooks, and yeah, I just love this vibe of when there's like 4 images put into one and it's just like different posing, headshots. I love close-up photos. Like, I think maybe because of my experience modeling, like I've always actually really liked just normal headshots, like literally this part of my body right here. Obviously our hair and makeup looks really glam and it's just cute. So I've always wanted photos like that. Next image is more cakey makeup than the previous makeup look. I really like this because it just looks dramatic. Like, I'm the kind of person where if I'm going to put a lot of effort into my makeup or get it done professionally, then it better be obvious. Like, I don't really care that much about cake, to be honest, as long as it doesn't sit uncomfortably on my skin. I think as long as it just looks really vibey, I don't care that it looks like I have a lot on. Like, there's a lot of people who aren't used to makeup and they're like, oh my gosh, on my wedding day, I have to look myself. It has to be like ultra natural. And I'm like, then why are you paying someone? Like, honestly, just do it yourself. So yeah, I love bolder looks like that. Next photo is, I'm pretty sure AI, and I am going to maybe ruffle feathers saying this, but I actually really like AI art and AI shoots or whatever, just because they're just aesthetic. Like, you just see it and your eyes are like, yeah, I'm satisfied. Like, that girl's really pretty and the outfit's cute and her blush and lips looks nice. And yeah, it's just like, I don't know, I just love some of the looks that AI has been able to create. Next one is style of outfit that I would like to start wearing more because of how flowy and feminine it is. I think I've spent quite a number of the last few years wearing very like comfortable, casual, city chic style. And I don't know, there's something in me that like when I see Pinterest and when I see all of the very like floaty girly outfits that it shows me, I just like want to wear things like this. They're a lot more unique than like my current style, which is a lot more casual. If I can find outfits that are sort of like that, then I would definitely be trying to revamp maybe some of my wardrobe. But at the moment, a lot of my wardrobe is actually secondhand, given to me by amazing family or friends. So I'm very grateful because it's saved me a lot of money. That is my first Pinterest recap, because honestly, I think I might continue on with this little segment in my future videos, or who knows, maybe I'll do more than one within one vlog if I feel like it. Those are what showcase my current Pinterest vibes. Sometimes my contact just falls out onto the floor and I think it's still inside, and then I touch my actual eyeball. Today at work, I was also about to cut a box for the first time in ages. I did a lot of mail in my last job, and my last thought was, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm at my last company again. And then I cut myself on not one finger, but two, and it was so embarrassing. I literally had to get colleagues to help me with the first aid kit and basically wash it with saline and then put the band-aid on. And I was just like, I can't believe my last thought was, oh my gosh, you used to do this all the time. Like, how embarrassing. I thought I was like so familiar with something like cutting a box, and look what happened to me today after just a mere year without doing that last job that I did. Rocky, Coach Carter, and Mary Poppins.
All day, the sun is shining.
It should be warm and it melts, but not. Now sauce. See, never a problem to you. White person I know.
Like, yeah, I think I prefer, yeah, which is how I think
Growing up
they've
here in
grown up with
Richmond,
it.
you're 80% more likely to go to prison than college.
Hey, Mr. Carter, you remember me? Now, after all the things.
Big guy for a
Yeah, he was. And then I literally told Bill, like, that was a really good movie. We recommend. I actually rate it a 10 out of 10 purely because it's based on a true story, and I actually believed the realism of it. So I feel like it just deserves a 10. It's a school basketball movie called Coach Carter. It's very famous with Bill's friends because they play basketball. So I had never heard of it until they started mentioning it to Bill. And Bill used to play a lot of basketball as well. So he was like, oh, I've never seen this. The main character who plays the actual Coach Carter is Samuel L. Jackson, who I know as Nick Fury from the Marvel series. What do you rate it out of 10? It follows a bunch of high school basketball players who live in a really just like poverty town in America. And basically they can't really see beyond basketball in school. Like, they just don't think about their future. They're kind of into like gangs and drugs and whatever. So they basically have this coach who used to go to the school back then and saw all of his fellow basketball players like die and just have really bad futures. So basically, he took a job going from a more prestigious school to this one, and just thinking to himself he's going to discipline them and make them realize there's a future beyond basketball that they also need to train for, not just think about winning school games and thinking about girls and drugs and whatever. So it was really good because, yeah, you just see from the very beginning how like clear he is on the vision, and you just want him and the boys to like achieve and not just win games, but to actually learn their lessons and to literally also go to their lessons. Like a big part of it is that they all skip class all the time. And he wants them to do really well so they can also get into college with like the right grades, not just with basketball, which in Australia we don't do, but in America you can get into college via sport. So it was very interesting. I actually found it so realistic. Obviously, they're going to change a few things here and there, but it really did happen, apparently 1998 and 99. So I thought it was just like a very fascinating movie, interesting concept, great characters, felt so realistic. Like when you were watching the actual basketball game scenes, you were like, yes, please win. Like, I just want you guys to win. I would highly recommend that anyone, even if you're not into sport, like me, I'm not into sport, watches it, because the way that it was told and acted was just really, really like attention grabbing. Here we go with the bad days again. So this morning I found out something else somewhat related to the issue that happened in my life a month ago that sort of just started this nightmare month. And I know a bunch of the issues are separate. And I know I shouldn't be lumping them together, like the first issue plus Bill's ankle plus my laptop being wiped and many other issues that have come up, just like being together. And I know I shouldn't have the attitude of everything is just together, making my life terrible the past month, but my brain is just doing that. It's just like summarizing and lumping them all together. And I was just starting to feel better this past week, as you guys know, and like today something else added on to that initial issue, and I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting to have a decent weekend despite my period probably starting really soon after a week of pre-period pain. And now I just feel depressed and sad, demotivated all over again. Like it's a feeling of despair, of like, it sounds dramatic, but will life get better? It's just the past month has been so much of like a breaking down of my mental health, and I just don't feel good about life. And in the past week, when I have felt better, suddenly something will just like deter me from fully recovering and moving on. And it's just like, what is going on with my life right now? Like, I'm trying so hard to cling to and trust God, but it's just so hard sometimes when you don't know what his plans are for you. And when you're someone like me who's very future oriented and loves being in control despite trying to let go of that. And it's just like very confusing. Like it just feels like life is playing mind games with me. Like that's literally how I would describe it. And I just feel so defeated. Like it just feels so demotivating to be living like this. I know it's only been a bad month, not like a bad year or a bad 5 years. Like a lot of people are going through terrible things in their life, but I just don't know why it's happened all at once. And Bill told me don't lump it all together. You know, a lot of the issues are separate from one another, but I still can't help but think, why is it just happening in one go? And something else to add is that last night we realized we actually have a bigger pest issue than we thought. Basically, from the air conditioning vent above our bed, a live cockroach fell onto the blanket as I was beginning to wind down, and I wanted to actually shoot myself. So I contacted our usual pest control. They unfortunately still haven't gotten back to me, but I am seriously at my wit's end with just every single thing messing up life this past month. I don't know when things will get better. I don't know what the outcome or the lesson learned is meant to be for all these things. One lesson I have learned is that I am quite selfish. I have definitely learnt that in, for example, Bill's ankle and me having to take care of him more than usual. Like, that has been an eye-opener for the flaws that I have as well. And so I know there's always going to be some lesson learned and some betterment of the self through a hard time. But like, why all at once? Like, why multiple things at once? Because my brain cannot deal. I actually feel like I'm just going to explode at my life. If anything else bad happens, like even this weekend, I might actually flip. I'm at my wit's end. I just feel unwell. I'm obviously about to start having my actual period. Everything seems to be just crashing and I just can't. I just have no words at this point.